course, the blonde, for example, have never seen one of those guy. And the guy was like, "Hey, you guys, you need to go to Turkey. They're adding a new track for the sheets.
This was the original. This is the one done properly.
They're gonna try to start the engine, which I don't know if it's gonna work because it have been there for 2 months now." Let me show you guys. It is better than being in the office. Yeah, okay. We work all day. I essentially sit down at 7 a.m. in the morning and start working, and I finish at whatever time. Sometimes at 6, sometimes at 10, sometimes at midnight. But I don't complain because every morning I get to do this. Of course, the blonde, for example, have never seen one of those, like in her life. She's never been awake. Never before, I think, 8:30, 9 a.m. Can't wait for that to be us. Man, the works on the boat have been taking a little bit forever, more than we expected. We expect to be here for 3 weeks. We have been here for a month and a half now, and we are still waiting for the rigging part that should start today. And man, I can't wait to be that guy, to leave the place and go somewhere new again. It's not that it's not lovely here, and also the people that we encounter is amazing. This guy Fabio and his wife are amazingly lovely people. They live here, they have a laundromat, and they have been the most amazing people you can imagine. From day one, they start bringing us like sweets and things to eat, and they took us out like, "Hey, let me show you the city," and they show us the city, they show us what to eat. Same thing for the guy Marcello from 2M, the company that did the electrical work. The guy is really funny. Same for the guy from the metal and stuff like that. But still, this is not, the whole point of this life is to meet new people and go to new places. So have been 2 months here, and I am starting to feel like, okay, it's enough. I want to go sailing. I want to go to the next point, to the next stop, which, by the way, we still don't know what it is, because we were thinking going to from here to Sicily, Sardinia, Spain, Canary Islands, and then Cape Verde, in order to be ready to cross. But reality is that there's not much to see in Spain, on the coast at least. We have been in Spain with the Harley Davidsons. We have been there off-roading 2 times, so we know Spain really well. The land part, the inland part, and on the coast there is no much to do. But worse than that, there is not much place to anchor, so you need to go to marinas, and we don't want to do that. So there is a Turkish guy, and the guy was like, "Hey, you guys, you need to go to Turkey." So I was a little bit worried about the whole political situation in Turkey and stuff like that. But the guy was like, "Guys, if the problem is for us, it's for the locals, right? Because our government is chasing people. But Turkey lives out of tourism, and we are tourists. So he was like, you can go there and you will have the best time. People is lovely, and the places are amazing." So now we are thinking about live here sometime November, go down to Greece, meet again with Andy and his wife from the Ocean Cruiser Academy, Ocean Cruising Podcast, Academy podcast. Then move down to Turkey, do winter in Turkey, which is going to be essentially a mild summer, and then use the Meltemi time to move back here. So we will do essentially Turkey, Greece, southern Italy, Sicily in August. September go to the Balearics and Spain, and then down to Canary Islands, pick up my brother, go to Cape Verde, arrive in Cape Verde sometimes around the end of October, wait in Cape Verde for a month or for the right weather window to open, and cross the Atlantic, which is a better plan because it utilizes more of the time for exploring.
The works on the boat still goes on, and today there are the guys from the Blue Ribbon
Buongiorno. I give you this so you can explain what's going
What?
on.
Fun fact is that she knows exactly what we are doing because we have been talking about it for months now. So the guys of Blue Rigging are essentially adding, they're adding a new track for the sheets. The problem with us is that this Bavaria is stuck, so it comes from coastal navigation and stuff like that, and it doesn't have it has a spinnaker hauler, but it doesn't have a code zero. It doesn't have a track for the furling of the main. It doesn't have a track for a second stay. So now the guys are adding a secondary track organizer, so we can have the ropes that we need without having to every time just having it flying around and creating problems between them.
Perfetto.
I just wanted to show you this. This week, the guys here from Brindisi, from 2M, rebuilt the clamp, the piece of the router that broke in Greece. I think it was in August, the 15th of August, that we got it soldered there. And I just wanted to show you the difference between done by Bavaria and done properly. So this is the original piece, right? The problem is that it looks meaty, it looks good, it's aluminum, but when you take into consideration the holes, the actual amount of matter that is holding everything is just this piece here, because these two do nothing. This is aluminum and this is like a millimeter of aluminum, so this doesn't do pretty much anything. This is the piece. This is what it looked like, the original one, done by Bavaria. And something done properly looks like. First of all, this is inox. Second of all, okay, so this is inox.
you can see the amount of material on the two sides of the hole, and this is the size difference between the two. You see? So this was the original. This is the one done properly. I will still keep the original one for emergencies or something, but yeah. I need to refix this, the angle for the autopilot, because it's still giving me a wrong reading. But yeah, we'll get that fixed. And yeah, hey, this is done. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so today's work is to get all the salt water out of the outboard, which is what I'm doing right now. And we are gonna try to start the engine, which I don't know if it's gonna work, because it has been there for 2 months now and sitting in salt water, out of the water, getting all crusty and everything. So let's see what happens. This is what the system looks like. It's essentially, this goes on the foot of the outboard, and you have these two gum things and an attach for your water pipe, water line, water tube. I don't know the name, but the thing is, you have this, and you just run water through them inside the engine, and that's all. So now it's all fresh water in there, which is good, and I'm actually impressed. So next work, I have the 4 old Solbian flexible solar panels that were powering the system for the past 8 months. And as we put the new ones, these ones, of course, I'm not gonna trash it. I'm gonna use it because the more power, the better. So my idea is to put them on top of the bimini here, just under the boom. So, and it will generate another 400 watts, which together with the 2000 that we have, should be plenty of power. Now, my idea is to use these guys. These are 10X connectors. They're really cool because you have 2 pieces. One goes on the bimini and the other one goes on the panel itself, and they connect like that, you know, and you just pull it apart. So ideally this will work. I think this is one of the most important tools in a sailor's toolbox. It's just a piece of wood. In my case, it's plywood that I got extra from one of the works that I did inside the boat, and I use this for everything: hammering, hole, drilling holes or whatever you need to do. It's all there, so you need it. So the new question is, how do I do a hole on the bimini? I don't have a punch thingy, and I'm afraid that it could, leave threads to go around and everything, so I don't want to do with that. I do have a solder, which I think can do the job, burn the hole a little bit. I think I'm going to try that, and the blonde is going to hate me for it. Did this really small hole, looking if the blonde is looking at me, with the solder, And I think that's the way to go. So I'm gonna do the first one, and let's see if I don't end up needing to like buy the new bimini. Hopefully not.